Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, February 5th, 2016. Currently traders, it is 19:05 hours on Wall Street and it is 7:05 a.m. in Thailand. Traders, great to be with you. Remember, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Well, big day today. It's NFP Friday. Non-farm payrolls comes out today in the New York session. So we'll get to that in just a minute once we get to the commentary. However, let's get started starting very early today, as I need to go to the U.S. Embassy for paperwork for my visa. So I need to be out of my room early today and on the road. So let's get started. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series. And however, it is Friday, so we know after the close in New York, we will get the Friday wrap-up. And that is where we review about 16 daily charts. And all we're looking at is price action. And we're trying to see what we can expect maybe in the week ahead. Well, I'm not going to be looking too good this week when we go to look at price action, because we've had some really crazy price action this week. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. In 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate. Well, traders, I'm in my 8th year, and I'm still here in Thailand, absolutely loving living in Asia. The people and the food and the time zone is just outrageous. It's just beautiful for trading Asia. Oh, well, it's beautiful for trading all 3 sessions. However, New York only traded about 2.5 hours. So I do listen to fundamentals, folks, and I need to know when they're coming out and what's going on. We're macro traders. We trade the globe. So I do listen to fundamentals, but I don't trade the numbers. I wait about 45 minutes, let the markets calm down, see what the trend is, see if everything lines up. Then maybe I'll enter the news trade. However, I am a technician. I love trading technically on charts. And that is looking at support, resistance, candlestick patterns, price action, price structure. I do use 2 indicators depending on what instrument I'm trading. When I trade Forex, I do use harmonics. And it's no secret that I trade options in the New York session, and there I use Ikimoku clouds. So it depends on what I'm using and where I'm trading and what I'm doing, and that's what I do. And I start very early in the morning, usually 6 a.m. Today was 5:15 a.m. to get this all set up and ready to go. And I usually go to about 11 o'clock at night, 2,300 hours Thailand time, and that's 11 a.m. on Wall Street. All right, that's just a little bit about me. Let's get the risk disclaimer moving here. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to news and commentary. Let's see what happened in the markets yesterday. I did see that Asia looked a little mixed. Looks like the U.S. markets closed all in the green. The Dow 30 was up 0.49%. The S&P 500 was up barely 0.15%. The NASDAQ was barely up at 0.12%. And the small cap 2000 was up 0.39%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone, where the DAX closed negative 0.44%, as the FTSE in London closed positive 1.06%. And the CAC 40 in Paris closed up 0.04%, barely making that one. And the Euro Stoxx 50 out of Frankfurt closed at positive 0.42%. So let's head on over to my end of the world. Some of these countries are open, some are closed, as I'm starting really early today. The Nikkei 225, which is currently open, is negative 1.47%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.47%. China's A50 out of Shanghai is positive 1.06%. The Hang Seng, which is closed, as not opened yet, it closed yesterday positive 1.01%. And the Kospi, which is trading already, is negative 0.28%. Well, I can tell you anything about what's going on with the calendar, but it really doesn't make a difference. The only thing we need to worry about today is FOMC, and that's the only thing that is going to move this market today, and there is nothing. We have a couple of CPIs out of Brazil, but that's not going to help us at all. And then we get into the U.S. session, where we have Canada has unemployment change, which is high impact. And then, of course, we will get the U.S. unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, all at the same time. And then after that, we have IV PMI 2 hours later. So the U.S. is filled with data. My comment on all of this is, if you're not experienced in trading, first of all, news data when it comes out, and you are possibly new to trading, okay, NFP is not the event to learn how to trade news. Okay, I don't trade it. I don't trade news. I watch it if I'm at my computer. For me, if I had nothing to do, trust me, it would be a 3-day weekend. If I'm at my computers, I watch it. If I'm not, it's not a big deal. But I don't make an effort to be there for New York on a Friday. I don't trade on NFP days. NFP Friday is a day to go either back to sleep or go play around the golf, or in my case, go for a swim. But I do not trade on NFP Fridays. It's just too uncertain, and the markets this week have been absolutely berserk, as you can see. So let's get started with the euro dollar. The euro dollar is in an up move all of a sudden. Not quite sure what happened. It did work. Our trade did work very nicely yesterday. We're basically in the same situation today. However, this time I put a fib on the chart, and we're looking for a pullback to the 618 at 1.1185, and we'll take it up to 1.1237. So it's a nice 45 pip trade. We just need the pullback, and we'll take it up and see what happens. It's going to be one of those days. You know, everything's going to be who's speaking, who's not speaking. You know, these Fed people are really on the jabberjaws. Look at what FOMC member Dudley did. Speaking 2 days ago, just absolutely turned the market upside down with his comments. So, got to be aware of that stuff. All right, here's the pound dollar. It's in this nasty range. If you look left of the chart, that's really nasty price action, folks. So we're at a great spot. We're at resistance, but we need a nice, good, bearish engulfing candle, and we can take this to the downside. And we'd like to get in about 1.4574, and we're going to take profit at the 200 exponential moving average at 1.4475. Easy trade plan, nothing complicated. We're just going to take it to the downside. Now, most people would say we're counter trend trading this because it's been bullish lately, and that's true. It has been bullish lately, but I think the dollar is going to revitalize, and this is going to start heading back to its old ways, and will continue to be bearish. So we'll just see what happens. That's why we do an analysis, we do a trade plan, and we see if it works. If it doesn't work, we either change our trade plan and analysis, and we go bullish midway through the day, or we don't take the entry, right? We don't chase price. Here's the Aussie dollar. It's been bullish in the last couple of days, but we're at resistance now, this daily pivot point. It's touched this 4 times and has not been able to get above the daily pivot point. So I'd like to see a nice bearish engulfing candle, and we'd like to enter this at 0.7185. And again, we're going to take profit at the 200 exponential moving average at 0.7124. What is nice about this trade, traders, on this Aussie dollar? Yeah, once you get in this trade, you only got one little patch of support left of the chart. Other than that, we're in a wide open space, right on down to that 200 exponential moving average. This is going to be a beautiful trade if this works out. There is really nothing in the way. We've got an S1 pivot. I don't think that's going to be an issue because we'll be past that support there above it. And yeah, this just looks like a really nice trade if we can get the Aussie dollar to sink for us. We have a nice wide open space, and I love trading when we have wide open spaces. Contrary to that, if we take a look at our next pair, this is the Euro Aussie, and this is a disaster. Look at this price action left of the chart. It is absolutely nasty, ugly, fugly, whatever you want to call it. It is just not pretty at all. So I'm doing a trend line trade here. I'm waiting for a bearish candlestick pattern and then a retest of this trend line, and we can get in hopefully about 1.5554. I do see that daily pivot. We are going to get a bounce there, folks. I guarantee you we're going to get a bounce, and it's a good chance it's going to take us all the way back up to our entry area. Do not be surprised. Look at left of the chart. There's a lot of support there, a lot of Forex junk, as I call it, and so you got to be aware of what we have in this trade. We're looking to take our profits. Again, one, it's the S1 pivot, and two, it's the 200 exponential moving average at 1.5465. Traders, this is not even this. If I was trading today, this would not be on my watch list. There is just too much junk here. This is not in a trending motion. It's been in a range. It's been nasty. It's been all over the place. There's no consistency in price action. Today, I'd probably just, well, I don't trade on NFP Fridays, but I would not be trading this. That's for sure. I'd find another currency pair. There's 41 of them out there that you can trade. No reason to trade ones that are difficult, right? All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. And I'm very bearish in this, and this has come back down. Thank you, FOMC Dudley, easy Fed chairman of the New York Fed. So when he speaks, it's pretty important because basically he is FOMC President Chairman Janet Yellen. Next in line is him. So when he talks, people listen, as they say. So this trade is real easy. We just got to break this 200 exponential moving average, which is supporting this trend line, get a retest. Now that comes resistance and then a bearish candle, and we'll take it all the way down to the S2 reversal pivot point. So I'd love to get in this at 130.77. We'll get out at 130.04. Nice 70 pip trade. The question is it going to be able to do it with no data to New York? But again, we have a pretty much a wide open space trade to the downside. It's sort of like a shame that it's NFP Friday because I'd like this to just stay in a range till Monday. We have a very nice trade setup for a Monday here. But it won't be looking like this when we come back on, well, Sunday night for those of you in the U.S. For me, it's Monday morning, but it's not going to look like this. NFP is going to rattle the cages today. It's kind of curious to see what we're going to get, a strong NFP or a weak NFP. Looking at some research, I found that the month of February, by the end of February, is a very strong month in the last 6 years in the U.S. stock market. So it's a very powerful month. Usually closes the month of February very highly, which has nothing to do with NFP. However, it's just an indication that we expect the stock market to go to the upside in the month of February. It's done it for the last 6 years in a row. All right, let's take a look at this. This is New Zealand dollar. I'm bearish on this, folks. I know you're all saying, William, what? Are you crazy or what? Yeah, I am. But I'm bearish on this. This really has not given us a lot of price action. Even yesterday, this has been in a nasty, well, it's not even a nasty range. It's a pretty good looking range, to be honest with you. So I want this to get below the daily pivot, retest it. Now it comes resistance. And we can sell this at 0.6688. I'm going to take it at the S2 reversal pivot point. And G, what do we have right next to it? The 200 exponential moving average at 0.6596. And that's where we're going to take our profit at. So this is a really nice trade. It's a 75 pip trade depending on where we get in. But this is a nice trade to the downside. I'm bearish on the New Zealand dollar, folks. I am bearish. All right, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs traders. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, don't forget the Friday wrap-up sometime after the New York close. And traders, enjoy your weekend break. Get some rest, relaxation, do a little bit of Forex homework. And we'll see you in the next Asia session. Traders, have a great trading day. Remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, my advice, go play golf or go back to sleep and have a nice 3-day weekend. That's my suggestion. All right, traders, take care. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.